William Kingeta Te Pohe Bush, commonly known as Bill Bush, the mighty prop. A legendary hard man and an absolute weapon. Bush played 37 test matches for the All Blacks and also represented and coached the Māori All Blacks. And so, of course, with all the buzz on the Rugby World Cup and his new puka puka, I had a kōrero with Bill to hear all about his most memorable rugby moments.
It'll have to be the first time you played for the All Blacks. We did a tour of Australia in 1974. I got to the All Blacks in 1973 as a reserve, and that's when England beat us. And I was quite lucky that I was reserved, because if I played, I probably would have got the chop, because we lost to England. There's different games you play in, like, your memorable ones, and probably would be the British Lions when we beat them. We beat them in the series in New Zealand. The last test was in Auckland when we beat them, and my mate Tony Norton was the captain. Another one, I suppose, would be 1978 when we toured the UK and Ireland on a 30-match tour, and we got beaten by Munster. It was the only team to beat us. And it was the first time that the All Blacks ever won the Four Nations, which is playing against Ireland, Wales, Scotland and England, and we beat all of them. So first time it was ever done since rugby was started here in New Zealand.
Among other selectors' changes, Bill Bush and Brad Johnson move into the front line with Tani Norton.
And Bill has had a fair share of experiences with the tough South African side, saying they may be to blame for a short memory.
Because they're big fellas, big, massive and strong. South Africans, when they play us, they don't care about anyone else beating them, but they just don't want the All Blacks to beat them. It was quite funny, because when we flew into South Africa, our coach he didn't want to go there either. He was forced to go by the New Zealand Union, but he was a good guy. And as we were flying into, he said, "Do you think we should do the haka?" And I said, "Oh." I said, "I don't know about that." I said, "What about they didn't want native dancers on a white South African rugby paddocks." They didn't even want it here in New Zealand when they came here. And I said, "Oh, yeah, why not?" We had to learn how to do the haka. Well, it was only about 5 of us knew how to do it. And we had to try to teach our team, and it looked awful. But anyway, we did it. We did it.
And we also reflected on the Māori All Blacks' controversial draw with the Box in 1981.
I said, well, whites are superior at this game, for South Africa. I said, let's show these guys that us colours can play. Played pretty good. A guy had a drop kick a goal, and it missed by, according to a lot of people that were behind the goalpost in the crowd, it missed by a metre, or yard, whatever it was those days. Victor Simpson and Eddie Dunn were right on the goalpost, and they said they'll go like this. Referee never interviewed. He walked to the 22 and sort of the Springboks were waiting there. Yeah, that was, I loved to have beaten them, but that's how it ended up.
And after great reflection, his pānui te rangatahi Māori athletes was...
You can do anything, I quite often talk about our tūpuna. When I talk to young Māori players, I said, do you know how your tūpuna got here? Your ancestors, you know how you got here? They use their initiative. And I said, that's what you got to do on the field.
There's Bill Bush.
Bill Bush, an absolute legend.